Hello, everybody. This is BK International Talent Scout. I'm coming to you with a special show today, Election Reflections, national, statewide, countywide, and citywide. First, let me tell you that BK Present is aired 5 times a week, premiered 3 times on Sunday at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 12:30 p.m. We are part of Sunday Morning Faith and Praise. So, listen for my show on Sunday morning. You got 3 chances to catch it. 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 12:30 a.m. Also, my show is broadcasted on Mondays at 10:30 a.m. and on Fridays at 9 a.m. BK Presents. Hey, let me get to a couple of announcements and a couple of PSAs, and we're going to get right into the show. As you know, the elections were held or concluded on Tuesday, November 4th. Something very special happened on November 4th. And let me put the two candidates up. Bruce Harreld and Katie Wilson, they were neck and neck. But by Thursday, Bruce Harreld conceded to Katie Wilson. Katie Wilson ran an excellent grassroots campaign. Bruce Harreld ran a high-profile, lots of media, television commercials. He did a lot of things through direct mail. So did Katie Wilson. I'm going to read some of their stuff that they sent out to direct mail. And we're going to see who was really effective in direct mail. But let me get to some PSAs, guys. Let me do my PSAs right quick. And we'll get right back to the show. I'm going to do my PSAs now. And the PSAs are TSA pre-check, keep moving forward. No need to remove shoes, laptops, 3-in-1 liquids, belts, or light jackets. Children 17 and under can join for free when TS pre-check indicator appears on the child's boarding pass. Available at 90 plus airports and 90 plus airlines, and available at 200 plus airports nationwide. TSA pre-check. I am a legacy homeowner. This is a special program. Black homeowners, we're looking for you. As we continue to face record displacement and gentrification, our project seeks to unite and arm us with tools and information to keep our homes and our community. We shall not be moved. Best regards, Chikundi Salisbury, founder, Black Legacy Homeowners. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to some of these. I'm going to read off some of the direct mail that was sent to us during the election season. Again, Bruce Harreld, he ran a stellar campaign, but man, Katie Wilson's ground game was, her ground game was working. A lot of young people voted for Katie Wilson, and I just think the city wanted to see a change. Bruce Harreld has been in city government about 12 years. He was elected to the City of Seattle City Council. He also was City Council President. And last year he outbeat the mayor, and he was a mayor for 4 years. He did a lot of great things. Shout out to Bruce. He got law enforcement up to tier, hiring back and hiring new law enforcement officers. He hired a new police chief. He worked hard. He did a great job. He set a great foundation. Let's see if Katie Wilson can build on the success that Bruce Harrell laid. Also, you already know, we got a new Seattle City Attorney. Seattle City Attorney is Erica Evans. I want to read Erica Evans' direct mail campaign. It says, elect Erica Evans, Seattle City Attorney. I served as a federal prosecutor taking on violent crime, wage theft, fentanyl, firearms, and firearm trafficking. Previously, I was both a prosecutor and a civil defense lawyer in the City of Seattle Attorney's Office. I use this experience to fight for safety of our communities and hold the power accountable, including Donald Trump. I am running to be a city attorney who leads with urgency, compassion, and fight for all of us. Erica, I went to an event where she was at, and she was very personable, very nice to everyone. It was a really cool event down in the Belltown area. They had live music. I'll post that on my Facebook. Let's look more at what she said, you guys. Compare the candidates, and it's clear choice. Erica Evans for city attorney. Democrat Erica Evans. I will restore a new re-image community court to reduce repeat offenses and address fentanyl addiction, housing, and mental health needs. Looks like she's going to be working with Katie Wilson. Will reduce DUI, DV backlogs using proven tools to bring cases to trial and help survivors heal. Will use experience as federal prosecutor to challenge Trump's attacks on our city and our people. Man, Katie Wilson, the new city attorney. We got a sister in the house. Now, I'm going to read The Mayor Money Can't Buy. The Mayor Money Can't Buy. This is a direct mail from Katie Wilson. The Mayor Money Can't Buy. Katie Wilson is proud to be supported by working families, unions, and everyday local Democratic Party organization. Wow, okay. Then it says on the back of her direct mail, Bruce's big bailout. He lost the primary. Now, Bruce Harrell's big business backers are spending over $1 million trying to buy this election. The reason is clear. They want 4 more years of business as usual. Do you want a mayor who cares more about these donors than the people of Seattle? So the master builders gave over $100,000. Commercial Real Estate Development Associate gave over $100,000. Washington Realers PAC gave over $50,000. Home Street Bank donated $25,000. Miscellaneous billionaires, CEOs, and corporate interests, they raised over $1 million. So, that's what we've had for 4 years. It's time for leadership that cares more about ordinary people than special interest groups. That was one of her direct mail that was sent out. Now, Sarah Nelson lost out to Donnie Foster, a single mom, grassroots person, and I believe she's East African. Sarah Nelson's direct mail said Seattle has seen what happens when our leaders look away. Sarah Nelson shows up. Seattle Times, proven fortified, the right leader for the moment. That was from the Seattle Times, endorsed. Northwest Asian Weekly. Nelson has advocated consistently for public safety, addiction recovery, and affordable housing. Also, on the other side of her direct mail, Sarah Nelson shows up. Sarah Nelson shows up. She's in recovery herself and launched Seattle's first on-demand residential drug treatment program. She knows what it takes. She knows what is at stake when we fail to act. There's a real difference in the race. Her opponent opposed building affordable housing, opposed efforts to disrupt open-air drug markets, oppose removing encampments from parks and playgrounds even when they're dangerous. One candidate built solutions, one opposes them. Re-elect Sarah Nelson. No, we did not re-elect Sarah Nelson. I seen her in the grocery store in Beacon Hill. Yeah, when you don't speak to people and acknowledge people, you lose votes. Let's see. General Secretary, what is Katie Nelson's experience? Katie Wilson is not ready to be mayor. She lacks the necessary management, financial, and strategic experience. Read her resume for yourself. Man, they tried to put her resume in the public. Katie Nelson won. Only Mayor Bruce Harrell has the experience to protect Seattle from Trump. Now is not the time to take a risk on inexperienced, unproven candidates. Nope. Katie Nelson is grassroots. She ran a ground game, grassroots. And my cohort show, the Unmasked Agenda, they were leaning toward Katie Wilson. A lot of progressive newspapers, news articles, podcasters, a lot of progressive people were leaning toward Katie Wilson. Let's just keep going through this direct mail. Man, I got so much direct mail. It was wild. I guess direct mail is the new yard sign, huh? Direct mail is the new yard sign. Again, I want to say Bruce Harrell, he did excellent work for 4 years. I did vote for Bruce Harrell, but man, people wanted Katie Wilson. They wanted change. I think the problem with Bruce Harrell, he had a lot of chatter in the background, y'all. There's just a lot of chatter in the background. He threw a lot of paint on the wall, but it wasn't working. And again, when you don't listen to what I need to say this. The mayor's office and the mayor, city council office, and all city council members work for all the citizens of Seattle. When a citizen of Seattle requests to see you, sit down and talk to you, when you deny them, you lose votes. I just want to let you know that. I think we get it twisted. When a mayor writes a proclamation for your organization, that's what he's supposed to do. When he shows up for your community events, that's what they're supposed to do. That is their job, to support the citizens of Seattle. They are not celebrities. They are not gods. They are not larger than life. And when you got chatter in the background, you lose votes. The Unmasked Avenger, my co-host show, they were leaning toward Katie Wilson, and a lot of other progressive people were leaning toward Katie Wilson, and the young people voted for Katie Wilson. Bruce, we thank you for great work, man. Bruce, we thank you for great work. So I just had to get that out there. That's what this show is about. Election reflections. I said elections reflections. And let me say something right here. If you're going to win, number one, you need let me say this to all candidates on a national level, on a statewide level, on a local level, on a county level, in your communities. Everybody needs to advertise in the facts in the Seattle Medium, put articles in the facts in the Seattle Medium. Those are our grassroots community newspapers. That's right. Take out full page ads for the facts and the Seattle Medium, which are our community newspapers where we get information. The Facts is our community newspaper, probably the only community newspaper in the state that will allow you to put in your article about your church, your event, recognize when your loved ones pass away. That's the Northwest Facts. You should have been having articles and ads in the Northwest Facts all through the campaign. That's a part of the ground game. So I'm going to always promote and support the Facts newspaper, which is so important to our community and so important to our families, the Facts newspaper. As a matter of fact, I always try to read the Facts newspaper to my brother in Los Angeles, and he enjoys listening about all the good things happening in the Seattle Facts newspaper, the Northwest Facts newspaper, which is homegrown, okay? Third generation family owned run newspaper. If you have an article in the newspaper, if you need an article for your church, your community, your business, they take your articles. They take your birthday celebrations. They take your celebration of life remembrance, because that's our paper. And I urge every business, every civic leader, every person running for office, you always have to put an ad, a full page ad in the Facts newspaper to reach the broader community. I'm going to always say that because these my people, okay? Yes, these are my people. And I love the family. I love Dennis Beaver, his sister, and his mom. They do a great job running the Facts. It looks good, reads good, is good. So always pick up the Facts newspaper and share it with family and friends. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I got to do this for my people. I do want to read a proclamation that BK TalentScout did for Yolanda Garrett and the Liberated Village. Let me read this proclamation to you. And these are the kind of things that your mayor, new mayor, will do for your community. Let me read the proclamation. City of Seattle proclamation. Whereas the liberated village, the village sees generations of scholars experiencing liberation and healing from systemic racism by embracing their true cultural identity, brilliance, and purpose. And whereas Yolanda McGee has supported youth through her work as a family support specialist at Seattle Public Schools for nearly 20 years and now serves as one of 20 program managers for King County's Best Start for Kids program and the visionary behind the Liberated Village. Whereas the village provides liberating, encouraging, environment for youth leaders to embrace an intergenerational learning and intersectionality where they lead with their voices and take actions to dismantle and eliminate social injustice. Whereas the village works to develop skills and promote healing within institutional spaces in order to create policies that guard the emotional and intellectual and physical development of human beings and the families being served. Whereas the liberated village is guided by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s belief that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality, and is why right when we temporarily defeated is stronger than evil when it triumphant. Whereas Yolanda McGee's direction, the Liberated Village mission calls for collectivism to ignite activism for systemic change. Whereas building one Seattle, our vision to creativity and thriving, innovative, and welcoming for all is achieved by the work of the organizations such as the Liberated Village and the City of Seattle's and the City of Seattle commends and celebrates the steadfast efforts of Yolanda McGee and the Liberated Village for working to dismantle social injustice while supporting youth leaders, scholars who will take on the challenges of tomorrow. Now, therefore, I, Bruce Harrell, Mayor of Seattle, do hereby proclaim July 27th through July 28th, 2024 to be Yolanda McGee and Liberated Village Weekend. Bruce Harrell, Mayor of the City of Seattle. That's what the mayor does. He makes proclamations. I wrote that proclamation for Yolanda McGee and the Liberated Village. And Bruce Harrell made a proclamation. So they had a day. They got their own day, July 27th, July 28th. Yolanda McGee, Liberated Village Weekend. Bruce Harrell, Mayor of City of Seattle. That's how you get down. That's how you get down. So, Bruce has done a fabulous job. He's done some great things. We love Bruce Harrell. We thank you for your service. Bruce, thank you for your service. But going into 2026, we looking for Katie Wilson to build on the strong foundation of Bruce Harrell's work. It's going to expand the vision. And I think we're going to see something new, and we're going to see some great changes. So, everybody, that was my reflections on the statewide, countywide, citywide elections. Okay? So, before I close, I do want to share information where people can get help. And when families need help, individuals need help, elderly people need help, single people need help. There are places to go to get food support. So I'm going to highlight some places that people can go to get free food, get food boxes, and stay nutritious, stay healthy, stay fed during the whole holiday season. So Bird Bar gives out food on Tuesdays at 11, Wednesdays at 12, Thursdays at 10. Soto Community Market is on Mondays at 1:30, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Chicken Soup Brigade, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Provides delivery service only at this time. Call to register for service. Food Bank at St. Mary's is on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. On-site pickup, bring your own bags. And also, Blessed Sacrament Church, they do food bank service on the north end on Fridays at 10:30. Family Works Food Bank is Tuesdays at 12, Thursdays at 3, Fridays at 11. The Green Lake Food Bank is on Tuesdays at 4, Wednesdays at 11. So there's so many places to get food. You can talk to your service providers. You can find out about food services. Just call 211 King County and ask for food services. They got a nice flyer pamphlet that they can give out. So hey everybody, it's that time. I got to get ready to close. This is BK International Talent Scout, and it's been great to do reflections on elections. Doing the reflections on elections, nationwide, statewide. And hey, this is BK International Talent Scout. We'll see you after Thanksgiving. We're going to put in a special show for Thanksgiving. We're putting in this show for this week, and we'll do another special show for Thanksgiving. Thank you for listening to the show, and we'll see you next week.